Need a little luxury in your life? That's why I recently treated myself to a staycation at the Inn at 500 Capital. Whether you're looking for a romantic getaway, a special celebration, or just a break from routine, you're going to love their Four Diamond Boutique experience with gorgeous rooms, penthouses, and suites right in the heart of downtown Boise. You'll be greeted with a complimentary drink on arrival, have access to free shuttle service, and even your pet is welcome. And here's an insider tip: book more than one night and save with their weekend escape rate. Book your stay now at inat500.com. Today on CityCast Boise, spring is teasing its arrival and we're ready. Tree Fort is taking over with plenty of free events. We've got spring menus we're standing in line over, and local painters are making their mark at the Capitol. But there's more to March than just events and eats. We're also making the case for why our city needs more kindness and connection. It's Thursday, February 27th. I'm Lindsay Van Allen, and this is what Boise's talking about. Hey everyone, it is monthly guide time again. And we do these guides because Boise is really a city that runs on word of mouth. So if you don't hear about what's happening, you're going to miss some really cool things. And joining me for our March guide is friend of the show, Matthew Melton, and our Hey Boise newsletter editor, Blake Hunter. Thanks for joining me today.
Hey Lindsay, we made it to March. Congratulations, everyone.
Hey Lindsay, hey Blake, glad to be here.
I want to jump right into it with what is something that everyone should check out in Boise, like a must-do thing that everyone should do this month. I'll kick it to you first, Matthew. What are you doing in March in Boise?
Oh, man. I'm sure we're all going to tuck into this one. It being, happy Tree Fort season to everybody. It's not just 5 days. It's a month-long visit to our fair state. We're going to get to that. Let us stipulate that we're all going to be doing lots of Tree Fort. If you're not, you should. Let me interest you in maybe some patronage of the arts for the month of March. Boise Bard is getting ready to kick off their 2025 season. If you're not doing anything, March 15th, the Ides of March, that's correct. A relevant day in Shakespearean lore. Get yourself over to the Boise Bard Players Casino Night inaugural fundraiser. This is going to be a hoot. I got my tickets already. They are still available as of this recording. It's going to be. Everybody remembers that episode of The Office where they play, casino games in the warehouse for, it's kind of just for free for goofs. It's going to be like that.
Absolutely.
There's going to be blackjack. There's going to be poker, roulette, a couple of, table games. She's Smoking Barbecue is catering the event. So your ticket includes catered barbecue and lots of raffle prizes donated by a lot of local businesses and organizations. I saw Topgolf in there. I saw Boise Botanical Garden. I saw yoga and gift certificates, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a real hoot. How are either of you two with gambling? You ever played, blackjack or roulette or anything? How's that go for you?
Well, Matthew, I just happened to find out on New Year's Eve that I'm really good at blackjack because some of my friends hosted a casino party and I cleaned house. Now, the stakes were low and there was approximately 8 people, but I think I could keep my winning streak going. So this might be the perfect opportunity.
That ex-Mormon to gambler pipeline is alive and well with you, Lindsay.
It's strong.
Maybe that's why I was so lucky. It's like, you need a win. You need a win.
Yeah. I have never played blackjack. I just don't have great luck with games, but I do. I mean, retweet on the suggestion, Matthew, because last year I went to a Boise Bard Players fundraiser, and it was at Ming Studios, which is a very small space, and there was an opera singer, and so that's not the vibe for this event. But how often do you get to see a performer like that up close and personal in a space? So they know how to put together a party. Boise Bard Players shows are always so special. They kind of they travel around to lots of different places, and it's just small arts community stuff, and that's the thing that we all need to be supporting right now.
Yeah. Homegrown theater company, lots of local talent. It's going to be a fun night. If you've never played one of those games, it's a great time to learn. Low stakes. We're not playing for real money. It's all for charity. I think it's $50 per couple to include an evening of entertainment and dinner. You can't beat that. So that's going to be in Meridian actually. Shout out Meridian,
Hey,
Lindsay.
hey, as a Meridian girly, I love that.
Yeah, so the Meridian Masonic Lodge is going to be where you're going to want to head March 15th, boisebardplayers.org for tickets. I'm going to be there. It's about a month away as we're recording this, less than that, a few weeks. So yeah, get there. It's going to be great.
All right, Blake, what is your must-do activity in March in Boise or the surrounding area?
Yeah, so mine is going to be at the Boise Center. It's the Boise Flower and Garden Show. So this is at the very tail end of March. And so this is the same weekend as Tree Fort. So this is just a really fun way to kind of pop in and add a little bit of variety if you're just kind of like social lifed out a little bit. Just go look at some plants and talk to some people about plants. And this is a really good way to set up, if you have a garden or just like a flower box. It doesn't matter how big or how small. There are literally like bonsai exhibits. And so there's going to be lots of different seminars and things like that. And it's $10. You can actually get, for $8, you can get a ticket in advance. But just like tickets at the door are $10. And $10 is really not bad. And there's like a ton of people who know a lot about gardening. So you could kind of treat this as just like a tour if you just want to like walk through and like get some inspo. This is just like a real life in-person Pinterest board for your gardening escapades. Or it's like if you have things that you want to figure out, like you could probably go find someone that has your answers for you. Have either of you ever been?
No, I haven't.
No?
Been.
Okay.
No.
This is
not.
truly like how I seal off Tree Fort, because Tree Fort just drains me usually. And this, I think, is just nice to like go look at some plants afterward.
So is there anything that you are looking at or wanting to grow, or is this just to get inspo?
This is really just inspo. I dream of having a garden again someday. My apartment has no outdoor space whatsoever, but every year for the past like 3 years, I've bought a new orchid. And the last 2 years, it's been from the Boise Flower and Garden Show. And I've killed them both every time. And that's a me problem. That's a me problem. Please go ahead and buy orchids anyway. But I love to look at those just because I think it's fun to like be optimistic, I guess. So maybe I won't fail myself this year, but we'll see.
Blake, this is your year.
Yeah, absolutely.
both.
2025.
I appreciate it.
I do not have a green thumb at all, but maybe I can go talk to somebody and they can, even a poor sinner like me who can't keep anything alive either, maybe they can help me out. So it's not a bad
Imbue
thing.
you with some wisdom.
Yeah.
They're very knowledgeable people. So yeah, it's fun.
No doubt.
Okay, Lindsay, round us out. What's your like ticketed event that you must go see in Boise this year?
Okay, I think I'm taking us in a little bit of a different direction. And I guess I'll be the one who breaks us into the Tree Fort scene and what we need to be doing. I wanted to highlight Drag Fort, and specifically Drag Me to Brunch, which is the last day of Tree Fort, the last really big drag event of Tree Fort. And it's Sunday, March 30th. So Blake, you're rounding out Tree Fort with looking at plants and everything. I'm going to a drag brunch.
Well, there's room for both. There's room for both.
There's more than one way to come down, for sure.
It's true.
Exactly. I'm like, let's get the rest of this energy out. And you can feel it. I feel like everybody, it's like that last day. So it is just the most, if you've ever been to a drag show, this is the most drag show. And it's 12:20 to 2:20 in the Ale Fort Lounge that's on 700 Capitol Boulevard. So just right in the thick of things. Don't forget, all of these drag artists, everybody performing will have been performing all week, performing their heart out. So please come very generously to tip. But there are drinks, there's breakfast, there's drag. It really is the last. I'll get all the rest of your Tree Fort energy out at Drag Fort. It is a blast.
And is this, I imagine you can get in with a day pass for this event too, right?
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Yep. You just need to have the day pass and then show up early. This is a very popular event. So if you're thinking you'll just like walk in at 12:20, maybe, but probably not.
So Lindsay, are you reviving your drag persona for this event, or?
I should.
I know about that? I don't think I knew about a drag persona. You've been holding out on me, Lindsay.
Well, it's been in hiding a little bit, I guess, or in hibernation. So it's been 2 years now, but I did do a drag performance. Everybody helped me get all ready, and I had a choreographed dance I did. I did a routine to a song from the Barbie movie as my persona, Roland DeHay. So anybody who's a young Frankenstein fan.
I'm so sorry. I'm just imagining the as soon as you say Roland, I just picture Roland from Schitt's Creek.
No, that was part of it too. It's perfect. It's perfect.
It works on a few levels. I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's for a lot of people who like a lot of different shows.
Amazing. I can't wait to see you at that drag brunch, Lindsay.
I'll see. I'll check with them before I show. I just don't want to show up unannounced as Roland DeHay.
Yeah. Be like, who's this guy?
We gotta make sure that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Okay, Matthew, I'm curious. What are you eating in March in Boise? What should people be checking out?
March is kind of a tough putt when it comes to eating in Boise because we really have no idea what the weather's going to be like, right? As we're recording this, the first week or two, we're supposed to be like 50s. There could be some rain. Let's be positive and assume that we can maybe start dipping a toe into patio eating again, maybe perhaps. In that case, I'm going to go right back to Garden City. We got to check out the new Bardonnay opening up right there on the riverside. It just opened. I was out of town for it, so I haven't been yet. But first of all, they're situated in a great spot right on the Greenbelt, right next to the Boise River.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we got to bundle up a little bit to hang out on the patio, I think it's worth it. Otherwise, we'll sit inside and watch the snowfall and curse our terrible luck either way. Bardonnay is great. Like as a Boisean, I know there's a Bardonnay on the Basque Block, and I usually always forget about it because I'm at Bar Guernica all the time, obviously. So let's get out of that and let's go to a new spot. Let's go get maybe some soup. Let's go have some wings. I'm basic. I love a turkey club. The turkey avocado club there is fantastic. And I'm very excited to eat it in their new space in Garden City.
And 3 cheers for a new patio because I'm always complaining about not having enough patios in Boise.
Yes.
But I think that also this summer I can feel is going to be a Garden City summer because you've got Bardonnay kind of settling into its new spot. You've got Old Speak, which is going to be opening up here shortly. And I just feel like Garden City is just going to be where it's at.
Well, Blake, what is your food pick for March?
So kind of leaning into the spring season of it all, I am just encouraging folks to really up their sandwich game this year because I feel like I don't know. It's sandwich season for some reason for me. And I think that it's kind of preparing for picnic season in particular. I can't believe that I'm bringing them up again, but Cafe Sorrento is kind of the reason that I wrote a recent article in Hey Boise about sandwiches, about just kind of my favorite ones around town right now. But I think go check that article out. I think that there's a lot of fun stuff happening in the Boise sandwich scene right now. And I feel like I'm being very vague. So I'll mention a couple. I just want to shout out Baguette Deli. Their banh mi is such a classic. That's such I probably almost once every couple weeks during the summer, I grab a baguette, a banh mi from their place and go down by the river. And so I'm excited to start going there again this month because it just makes me feel summery. Uncle Giuseppe's is amazing for more Italian style sandwiches. Roosevelt Market. And like I said, of course, Cafe Sorrento, which is quickly becoming the love of my life. And I'm kind of getting everyone to go there.
Okay, so what are you getting at Cafe Sorrento? I'm really curious.
I have only gotten the Francesco, but I've got it 3 times. It's really good. They make their own focaccia, which is really what seals the deal for me. And then their arugula is really peppery. Arugula itself just tastes naturally peppery, but they add black pepper to it. It's salami, pecorino garlic spread. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Matthew, have you been?
No, but I got to tell you, I saw on the Hey Boise newsletter. I saw the sandwich Rex. I literally have saved it. I've got homework. I'm in my sandwich era.
Sure,
we're gonna work down the list. Some of those I already know, but some of those, yeah, I'm behind. So I got some homework to do.
And that's what spring is for. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Okay, mine is very similar, a little different. So this month, there's St. Patty's Day. I don't keep a strict St. Patty's Day, but I do like a Reuben sandwich. I do like my corned beef in a Reuben. And I think, again, I know people have a lot of feelings about this. I think maybe one of the best Reubens in the entire valley is at Das Alpenhaus Delicatessen.
Ooh.
So good.
It is so good. Let me read you the description because it makes me hungry. Pan-seared corned beef served on pan-toasted German rye with mustard, mayo, and house-made sauerkraut. It's so good. It is a thick, hearty sandwich. It's one of my favorite sandwich places in the Treasure Valley.
I definitely love the notion of going to a German deli for an Irish American holiday. I there's something about that just feels so like when people like they go to like, a taco place, or like on Cinco de Mayo, they'll go, just a different sort of ethnic food. I'm kind of loving this having some German. And Das Alpenhaus, like their game is strong generally. I've not had the Reuben yet, but I had Schnitzel for the first time there because it kind of felt like a rite of passage for a big German deli.
Yes.
Didn't know what to expect. Delicious. They're gonna destroy you with the French fries. They give you so much, and the Schnitzel's great. I got to try the Reuben now. This is okay. It's going on the list.
Yeah, it's a hearty serving. Like it's not one of those where you're like, oh, did I get sauerkraut? Maybe. No, you're like, it's everywhere. It's delicious. It's fantastic. So
that sounds, I might go get that right after this recording. That sounds so
we wrap
good.
it up. Yeah.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
okay, and finally, one of my favorite categories is the free things that you need to be checking out in Boise. Now, I know we're all on a budget. Everybody's, we've got to keep costs manageable in these times of wild inflation. So, Blake, what is something free that people should definitely do or check out in March in Boise?
Yeah. Okay. So this I'm going with just kind of one of the banners of living in Boise, which is just our beautiful Greenbelt and foothills. But specifically, what I'm excited about for doing for free in March is preparing for race season. If you're a runner or if you're just a walker or anything, that's kind of the vibe of March, is that people are really getting out and about and they're just preparing for their races. However, this totally still applies, in my opinion, even if you're not going to be doing a fun run or a half marathon or something like that. Because I think that March is just one of my favorite times of the year for just being on the Greenbelt, because everyone's so happy to be there. Everyone is just so oh my God, it's light again. And also I just want to name, this year, the start to this year has been really hard for a lot of Boiseans. It is kind of difficult to name what this experience of living in Boise in the past couple months has been like, because we just feel constantly impounded by horrendous news about us and about people that we love and about communities that we're concerned about. And so I think that this is just a really nice time to just be able to be outside and just look strangers who might be your neighbors in the face. But I think that this is just a really good time to challenge yourself to be out and about, and also challenge yourself to be friendly. Because I also want to say this. Being around town in Boise for the last couple months, you can tell the energy has shifted, and you can tell that there are a lot more people who are very comfortable with giving people some looks. And I come to this with a lot of privilege, but for a lot of trans folks and a lot of other queer folks, this is a really scary time to be living in Boise. So this is also my challenge, to be super friendly to people that you see and just be amicable and make sure, do your best to kind of make sure that people feel safe here. And it can really just be, you know, the smallest of gestures, even just like a smile and a wave on the greenbelt can, like, personally for me, like, makes a big difference. I think that this is just a really good time to kind of reevaluate, like, come out of your shell and be really present in your community, even if it's just saying hi to someone on the greenbelt. Like that can go a long way. And so I'm sorry to be on a soapbox about it, but this is basically I'm saying to sign up for like a fun run and like get into this side of living in Boise, because it really can be a beautiful thing of living here.
No, I think that was the perfect soapbox to be on, because now is not a time for Boise nice. It's a time for Boise kind.
Yeah.
And those are not the same thing.
I agree. I think it's totally like, forget Boise nice. Like that cannot help us. That cannot save us. Like kindness and compassion can, and integrity, like standing up consistently can do that. So
amen.
I'm not saying that like smiling at someone on the greenbelt is going to like save the world, but it does help.
Well, Matthew, what is your free thing that people should check out or definitely do in March?
Listen, I've been going to Tree Fort for a long time, and I know a lot of friends that haven't, or they're like, oh, I got to get out of town for it. It's just too much. And it's a lot. Let's be clear. There's so much going on. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. And a lot of it can be very expensive. You know, you go on to the Tree Fort website and it's like, oh, you know, a wristband is like several $100s and this, that, and the other thing. Here's the great news. There's so much stuff happening at Tree Fort that is free. Or practically free, between like second chance shows at other non-Tree Fort venues. I spent half my time truly at other venues, like even having a wristband, like at a free, like, oh, I miss these guys playing this time, but they're playing this other time at this other, like at this brewery, just randomly. Like so great. So keep your eye peeled on places like that, like Pay It Brewing and places like that around downtown. They always have stuff going on. I would rather selfishly say, here's great news for all of y'all. Podfort, with the exception of, I think, the big podcast happening at the Egyptian that weekend of Tree Fort, Podfort is free. No wristband required. You can come check out some really great local, regional, whatever podcasts. I happen to know this because I'm doing a couple of podcasts at Tree Fort, the weekend of Tree Fort, that I think y'all should check out. I'll be doing my long-running That Baseball Show podcast. I think it's the Friday of Tree Fort. This is the other great thing about this, too. Even for you, all of y'all who have wristbands, this is all happening like Friday, Saturday afternoon. Main stage isn't even going yet. You woke up. You're like, I want to make good use of my time. Where am I going to go? Come, first of all, sit, have a seat. Don't be on your feet for a little while.
That's a rare commodity at Tree Fort.
Yeah, that's my pitch to you for that. But if nothing else, come check out. It's all going to be at Boise Contemporary Theater this year, which is right kind of on the beaten path.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fun.
That baseball show is going Saturday afternoon from 3 to 3:45. Come in out of the weather, whether it's 80 degrees or 20 degrees, have a seat, chill out. It's going to be a great time. Podfort. Yeah. Come check it out.
Yeah. Great pitch.
No,
yeah.
I love you recommending that, because I think there is this idea that if you aren't paying for the 5-day passes or a day pass or something, that Tree Fort's not for you. Just, you know, stay out of downtown. But there are so many free things like Podfort that are incredible people in our community sharing incredible things that you don't have to pay for and are part of the Tree Fort experience. So I love you highlighting that.
Also, all of Storyfort is free as well. Does not require a wristband. So yeah, Podfort, Storyfort. There's a couple other forts that like their entire lineup is completely free. So go check those out, and I'll be including those in the Hey Boise newsletter too.
Yeah, Free Fort's a real thing, and it's great. And if you don't even if you're not a music person or a podcast person, like the energy for a live show is just, it's fun, right? It's a different animal. So
totally
check out mine, but also go check out others. Like truly, seriously,
totally. Lindsay, take us home. What's your free event for March?
Okay, so I'm going to preface this by saying my free event is at the Capitol, and I know what everyone is thinking at this time of the year.
Right.
Oh no, not the Capitol. It is oppressive and bleak and horrible. No, but there is something beautiful happening at the Capitol, if you can believe. Idaho Watercolor Society is having their annual Rotunda Art Show from March 1st to the 14th. And they invite watercolor artists from all over the state. And they have events going throughout that 2-week period. One of the days, March 8th, the Boise Philharmonic Youth Orchestra is going to be performing. It's open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's up on the 4th floor, and you can go see all of these incredible artists. Some of the art is available for sale. So if you see something beautiful, it speaks to you, you want to take it home, you absolutely can. And they even have things going like a Voters' Choice Award where you can choose, which art you think is the best or you want to support that artist. Anyway, I don't often recommend going to the Capitol during this time because that's a real mixed bag. But there is something just wonderful happening. All kinds of talented artists get a chance to showcase their work, and it's a chance to support local artists, and it's free. So just something that during March, I think, would be really cool to check out.
So you're telling me that I can do a thing at the Capitol and I don't have to bring a protest sign? Or which one should I bring for this? I don't know. It doesn't sound like I need one.
You could do a double duty. You can protest and with the protest sign, go look at beautiful art to heal yourself.
Yeah.
It can be both. We can do both.
Good art is a protest in itself. So
That's
there you
exactly
go.
Right. That's it. I've never even heard of this thing. That I didn't, and also I didn't know that you could do things in the Capitol that weren't like Capitol business politics related. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. Are they leasing space up there? Maybe we do something up there. I don't know. Let's get crazy.
I was going to say, maybe we could, this could start a movement because I wasn't totally aware. I've seen stuff like this, but it's always like associated with groups. You got to rent it. It's a protest or it's a statement or something. And so, yeah, maybe this is what spurs everyone to start, let's do something amazing here. It's the people's house after all.
Allegedly. Just kidding.
I'd love to see some beautiful art in there for, with respect to all the old statues and whatever in there. That sounds like a pretty nice change of pace.
Well, thank you both for joining me. March can be a tricky month, especially in Idaho. It's not quite sure what it is, but I think these are some fantastic recommendations. And thank you both for taking the time to break down what people should be doing in March in Boise.
Thank you, Lindsay. Happy March.
Always a pleasure talking to you both. See you at Treefort.
See ya.
That's all for today here on CityCast Boise. If you enjoyed the show, make sure and share it with your friends so they don't miss out on the best things to do and eat in March. We'll be back tomorrow morning with our Friday News Roundup. See you then.